You'd say like at Chelsea.
Is it the best at Chelsea or just the best?
I think we have to do at Chelsea, otherwise I'll have Salah, Eto'o.
I feel like Pedro would be so well suited to football now.
In my opinion, the most talented player Chelsea have ever had. Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of the Chelsea Exposed podcast here on the Chelsea Sun Sport YouTube channel. Now this week we've got a very special episode for you because I'm not joined by Jack or Dan, the usual faces alongside me. I'm instead joined by Alex from Chelsea Fan TV and digital sport editor at the Sun, Tom Sheen. How are you both?
Very well, very well. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks very much for the late call up, Lloyd.
Yeah, Sheeno's introduction was very, very last minute, so forgive him if any of his picks are very rogue. Those picks, of course, will be in the Chelsea all-time draft that we're going to be doing today. So the three of us will be picking a player each. Once that player's been picked, they can't be chosen again. So if you're wondering why one of the three of us has left out a huge name, I don't want to give away who any of those names are right now because I'll try and get as many of them as possible in my team. But if you're wondering why they've been left out, that's why, because each of us can only have each player once, basically. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with how drafts work. Our teams are going to be based in some form of 4-3-3 formation. I feel like that's only fair to Chelsea, and it gives everyone a good chance to get as many good players as they can in their team. So, without further ado, I think you'll understand the rules.
Of course, yeah.
Everyone at home hopefully understands the rules. We're going to start off, we decided before the episode, we'll start with Sheeno as the first pick. So, Sheeno, if you want to get us underway,
yeah. So, I mean, a lot of options you can go with here. Sort of whether you look at the team as the greatest or the best, whether you look at their peaks or sort of the longevity. And I think the one player who probably ticks every single box for me is Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
So Frank Lampard for me, Chelsea's greatest ever player. You know, Mr. Consistent. You're not getting anything less than an 8 out of 10 performance from him. So great person to sort of build your team around, I think.
It's a big name to start, as you would expect. Alex,
I thought we had to start from the goalkeepers. We're just going
no, you can go any position as well. Any position.
Okay. Oh, that changes it. I think John Terry then. That's easy peasy.
He's my favourite player. One I would have gone for.
Yeah, and he's left-footed as well. So nice to have a left-sided player in the middle.
Makes a lot of sense. I then, in that case, I'm thinking tactically where we maybe don't have as many players, where we've not necessarily been blessed. I'm going to go with my favourite Chelsea player of all time. In my opinion, the most talented player Chelsea have ever had, and that's Eden Hazard.
I don't think you can disagree with him being probably the best and most talented player we've seen. So, yeah. Straight back to you, Lloyd, is it?
It's then me again. Yeah. I think... Oh, it's tough. I'm going to go Petr Cech in goal.
That's a tactical decision from you.
Okay.
That is interesting.
I'm going to go centre back again. I want
from the back.
I want stability. I want leadership. I want a player that I can count on. I'm having Thiago Silva right next to John Terry.
Great choice.
Early shout. I like that a lot. Okay, so I've gone for Lampard. I'm going to base my team. We've got plenty of defenders, as you said, Lloyd, on the board. I think I'll go for another forward to add to my goals tally.
I think you're going to say.
And I'm going to say Didier Drogba. And I've obviously, getting the spine of the team sorted. It's starting to get tough now. Not that I love this pick, but I'm going to be tactical about it because I think after these sort of players are off the board, it's quite a bit of a golfing quality. So I'm going to go for Thibaut Courtois just to give me a strong goalkeeper choice.
Good shout.
You've screwed over Alex there, really.
That is a good shout. That is a good shout. The next best... See, I want someone who can cause problems, but there's that fine line, isn't there? And that's where Costa comes in. You have a little bit of a push and a pull. You can get goals, you can link up, you can do all of it. Comes together nicely, and he can win titles as well. So Diego Costa up front for me.
Okay. I feel like now I need a striker.
You're under pressure now, Lloyd.
If I don't choose someone good up front, I'm going to be left with a pretty
big gulf
hole in that position. So I think I'm gonna be tactical and I'm gonna take Gianfranco Zola.
That's a good shout. Good one.
And he's gonna be my striker.
Oh, yeah.
So
Maybe
maybe a bit,
number 9.
bit of a false 9. You know,
False
we've
9,
seen
okay.
Foden come into England this week. I'm going to take Zola, and he's going to play that position, and hopefully then he can't play in attack for either of your teams, which will damage you a little bit. And the other player I'm going to take, I'm worried about my defence a bit, but in midfield, I'm going to take N'Golo Kante.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, he would have been my next pick. That's great.
Is it my turn now?
Back to you, Alex.
Excellent. Okay. Kante was going to be mine as well, to be fair.
Okay, I'm glad I went with that now.
I'm going to go... I already know who my goalkeeper's going to be, so I'm not in a rush for that one. But I want a bit of creativity in there. So I'm going to go with Cesc. I don't think you can beat Fabregas. I need some creativity in there.
Yeah.
He can score a few goals as well. He can take a set piece. And again, more leadership.
Yeah.
And you had Costa as well?
Yeah.
So
It's a good link up.
Incredible partnership
Very
between
good
those two.
link up.
Okay. Right, I've got 2 picks now. I'm a little bit light in defence, so definitely need a defender. I'm going to go slightly rogue again, being tactical about it. I'm going to go for Ashley Cole.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Greatest ever left back.
Yeah.
Premier League's greatest left back. And then do I need another defender at this stage? I'm going to boost my defence with a midfielder, which is Claude Makelele.
That's a good choice. Very, very good choice.
Then I can have slightly weaker centre backs because the barometer on my watch is in front of him in midfield.
Yeah. Right, Alex, back to you.
So you've got Makelele, you've got Kante. To be honest with you, I wouldn't have minded Caicedo regardless. To be fair, like I think he's got the
way he's grown.
He's got the ability to play out, and he can shoot, and he can defend. So he can pretty much do everything that I need. And he can press as well. He doesn't just have to sit deep. So Caicedo in the midfield.
Makes a lot of sense. I've recently spoken to him and Claude Makelele both about those kind of comparisons. And this season just been so good. He's definitely...
he's incredible. By
the time this season comes to an end, or obviously the thing he's missing for Chelsea is those big trophies, isn't it? Obviously they've got the Club World Cup, but a Premier League or a Champions League, and I think soon enough he'll start to be mentioned in the same breath as,
I think he should already be in
I think he's already, with Rice and, Rodri.
Better than Rice.
Yeah, he's
too many times people come on here. We've compared Rice and Caicedo hundreds of times, and to me, Caicedo's miles clear.
But we need some better players around him. Would be my would be my argument.
Yeah, that's fair. Right, so it's back to me in the draft with 2 more picks, and it's tough because it's been so tactical.
Yeah. There's a lot of good players. On the board.
I need some defenders. And I'm going to go with Marcel Desailly and Ricardo Carvalho.
Oh, damn it. You got a strong defence all of a sudden.
I needed
having not picked one.
I've got a nice little spine of a team going on. I've got Cech, Desailly, Carvalho, Kante down the middle, and then an attack Zola and Hazard. So I've just got to fit the right players around them. Hopefully you two aren't able to take too many of those away from me. But it's back to Alex next. Alex, who are you going for?
I'm going to go in midfield as well. So I've had Caicedo and I've got Fabregas. I want a bit of bite in there. I want some goals.
Okay.
Dennis Wise. I'm going to put Dennis Wise in there.
Excellent choice.
I'm not going to say he scored 1 million goals, but he can get you 10 a season. He can get you 10 a season.
Goals as well.
Yes, in big games as well.
And a leader as well, which you always need in a team.
I'm pretty happy with that. It's quite a strong midfield. Lots of runners in there as well.
Yeah, very, very good choice.
Yeah,
Sheeno, back to you next.
I'm going to go... I've not got any centre-backs or wingers, so I think I'm going to go with one of each. Centre-back choice, my dad would love me to pick Ron Harris, but as I never saw him play, I'm not going to go that way.
That's fair.
I think of the ones left on the board, unless, again, because I'm unprepared, I'm missing someone very obvious. Cahill or Rudiger. I think I'll probably go with Rudiger.
Yeah.
Just for his sort of the peaks that he's reached at Chelsea and elsewhere. And then in terms of wingers, this is a tough one. My heart says Joe Cole, but my head says Cole Palmer.
Oh.
And I'm going to play him off the right.
Okay.
That's someone I was really hoping you wouldn't pick so that I could have in my team. One of my favourite players. Interestingly, on Palmer, there's been a lot to talk about with him.
Yeah.
Kind of, obviously, he's been missing for Chelsea. He's been injured.
How does he fit in England?
Such a talented player at his very best. And we were saying even before when we were discussing who we might pick, Cole Palmer is one of those players where based on talent, he gets in any of our teams probably. But yeah, we wanted to touch on what you just mentioned, Sheena, about if he's fully fit, if he comes back, stays fit, gets back to his best, do you think he starts for England at the World Cup?
I don't think he starts unless he has an incredible end to the season, just because I think Southgate and now Tuchel probably they're not going to play him in the 10 because he's, his defensive sort of liabilities and the midfielders behind him. But I also think they like Saka off the right because he's a little bit pacier, tends to work back a little bit more. So within the team context, probably, maybe Palmer's probably more talented, but within the team context, is Saka a better fit? But I imagine he'll play 20, 30 minutes of every game, and then we'll start a couple of games as well.
Yeah.
Alex,
there's a lot of competition in there as well.
Yeah.
You've got obviously Morgan Rogers. I think he starts ahead of Foden quite easily.
Bellingham?
Profile, isn't it? Yeah. Different profile. Yeah. And I think that Bellingham, what he offers is you just don't get from Palmer. And there's other players that can do what Palmer does. Like, I think Saka's a great point.
Yeah.
Although I will say this, I think Palmer's defensive work rate is really underrated. I think, if you look at what you hear around Chelsea, he has some of the best fitness stats in the whole club.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many players that can run further than he can in terms of, like, is it the bleep test or the yo-yo, whatever it is? So, he's really fit, got that technical ability, and he'll get you GA. So I don't really know what you can complain about. It's just a case of profile, and I think that's where you got so many players that can do, a skill that really you only need one player to do.
I think the thing with Palmer is, and the same with Bellingham, is they're the type of players that will come in and they'll change a game. Bellingham has had so many moments for England already, and in El Clasico when he's playing for Madrid, where he comes in and he just creates that big moment. Like obviously the bicycle kick at the last Euros was a huge moment, and then also in that Euros, Palmer showed the same
20
thing
minutes
where
he can make a difference.
He comes in and all of a sudden everyone's saying, oh, why is he not starting? So I think the same as you, Shino, where I think Tuchel won't necessarily start him in the World Cup unless he does rock the world when he comes back from injury.
Especially, I think, in those bigger games where it's going to be tighter and cagier and you want a bit more sort of defensive strength.
Definitely. I don't think he'll come straight back in and start for England, but I think he, hopefully, from a Chelsea fan and England fan perspective, he'll come in, change a couple games, and then he'll be given that starting role.
But like Esteval, maybe.
We'll
coming on, making impact. I mean, if it's good, it's good.
Soon enough,
20 minutes
it
or
works.
90.
Definitely. So, right, back to the draft.
Okay.
We discussed a bit of Palmer. Let's have a quick roundup. We're about halfway through now. I've got 6 players in my team.
I've got 7, so that's...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, is there any big name? Who have you got in your team so far?
So
just tell us
I've got John Terry. I've got Thiago Silva. I've got Caicedo, Fabregas, Dennis Wise in the midfield, and I got Diego Costa up front. That's what I've got so far.
Shino, who have you got so far?
I've got back to front: Courtois, Rudiger, Ashley Cole, Makelele, and Lampard in midfield, and Cole Palmer on the wing and Drogba up front.
I'm trying to analyse your teams to see who I can steal from you. So
I've gone straight for the spine. Down the middle.
So my team so far, we've got Cech in goal, Desai and Carvalho at the back, Kante in the middle. I need 2 more midfielders, Hazard off the left, and then Zola down the middle. So
my turn.
You're picking next.
I'm quite glad you said Palmer actually, because I thought you were going to say Robin, because I wanted Robin in there.
I think for me, Robin was always... didn't quite reach the peak that everyone hoped, as good as he was.
So when you say like at Chelsea,
right? Sorry,
that's a fair point.
At Chelsea, obviously he went on to be one of the best wingers in the world, but at Chelsea, we was hoping at the time that he would be what he become at Bayern Munich, which I don't think he obviously reached that level. But it depends how you look at this sort of format, isn't it? Is it the best at Chelsea or just the best?
I think we have to do at Chelsea, otherwise I'll have Salah. So we'll stick with their time at Chelsea in particular.
I'm still happy with Robin there. I'm still happy. You got pace, and it's a different profile. I've already got a lot of creativity.
You've got a lot of power as well, haven't you?
So we need someone with something a little bit different, and I haven't got a right back yet. But if I have someone that overlaps, then that could work well with Robin.
Okay, so back to me. I've got 2 picks here.
Still haven't got a goalkeeper.
I've got a goalkeeper. I've got Czech.
Oh, sorry, you haven't got.
I haven't got
He hasn't got a goalkeeper.
Okay.
He's going to go for someone ancient. I just know he is. 2 picks for me. I'm going to go for Mark Cucurella
Yeah, good shout.
at left back.
Oh, you've taken
I
it.
think absolutely brilliant. I would say there's a few other names in there. I think Mark Cucurella is better than any of them. Probably second only to Ashley Cole. My other pick is going to be Michael Essien in midfield.
It's a good pick as well.
Oh, you've done me dirty there because I wanted Cucurella, and you've already got Cole, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got Ashley Cole. Now my left.
I think you could go here at left back. It's a bit of a cheat, but
Don't help him out.
no, well,
I wanted him.
I could go. Yeah, I could have Aspie, but do you know what it is? I've got a soft spot for Marcus Alonso.
yeah,
I have a real soft spot for him.
Reached a very high peak at Chelsea, didn't he, in that system?
Well, he can get goals.
That left wing back.
He's a
That
great
left
We
wing
free
wanted him
kick
to play
taker
up
as
front
well.
at one point.
Yeah, free kick.
I just feel like in a back four though, that's where
Yeah.
I'm not
He's
quite as
slightly,
confident. But he will still get you goals. He
Yeah,
will still.
of
But
course he will.
you're quite vulnerable. But I got Thiago and I got Terry. I feel like they can cover him up. So I'm going to go with Alonso. But I have to admit, I would have probably gone with Cucurella.
Yeah.
Good pick. Okay.
Shino, back to you. 2
So
picks.
I think I went centre back and winger last time, and I might, based on the team I've got now, I could go that way. I'm definitely struggling for pace in my side. Got Ashley Cole, we've got a bit of pace. I might just stick with power. I'm gonna go with Ivanovic at right back, one of my all-time favourite Chelsea players,
Okay.
and one of the most underrated Chelsea players around. And in midfield, sticking with the power theme, I'm going to go with Michael Ballack.
Oh,
Good shout.
that's a
Good
very
shout.
good choice.
I think people outside of Chelsea or Chelsea fans underrate how good he was at Chelsea.
Yeah.
I think any of us who were fans at that time knew just what a class act he was.
Yeah.
And Makelele, Lampard, Ballack, I think is
That's a very,
a
very good midfield.
He doesn't
yeah.
get talked about enough.
He
really,
doesn't.
Ballack.
He really doesn't. I thought he was amazing for us.
So you've gone for Ballack, and who's your other pick then?
Ivanovic at right back,
Ivanovic,
yeah.
okay. Right, Alex, back to you.
See, this is the thing. If I'm going for if I'm being really tactical, then I go with Aspie because I want defensive stability. I know that Alonso's going to go up, but if I'm just going based on who I want, then I put Reece James. I go Reece James, best right back in the world when he was fully fit.
Yeah.
Right now? I think
he's
he is right now.
When he
he's getting back
overlaps-
there. I think
when
a
he
lot of
o-
right backs. Sorry, a lot of right backs play in a different way to what they were 3 or 4 years
Yeah.
ago. Some are much like you look at Arsenal's team, for example. They're almost 4 centre backs, aren't
Yeah,
they? Which is
yeah.
a little bit in fashion now. But I don't think he's as good as he was in his peak. But
Agreed.
he's very, very close.
Yeah.
And I think he's getting better all the time.
I would put it like this: when he overlaps, you know that you're going to get chances in a game,
Yeah.
and you still believe that he can handle things defensively. So I think when you've got all of that together, you've got a very reliable player.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go with Reece James on that right hand side.
Okay, very, very good choice.
We're running out of players here.
Yeah. Well, down to my last 2 picks.
Okay,
God, who else?
yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 3 more players to
Yeah.
choose, and I've got 2 picks here. So I'm going to go for... I'm trying to think tactically, but my mind isn't working fast enough to work out who you might pick. I'm going to go for Joe Cole
Oh, good one.
good choice.
Good one.
on the right for me. Maybe a bit rogue. I'm going to go for Ruud Gullit in midfield.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great choice. He was great when he first come to Chelsea as well. Changed the sort of culture of the club.
He's a bit
First.
before my time,
Yeah.
but he's wicked on FIFA, so I'm going for Ruud Gullit.
He was very good for us when he first come. Playing in a really weird role that you just don't see anymore, which is like would start in sort of a back three, but actually play everywhere on the pitch, and just
Yeah.
players aren't allowed to have that kind of freedom. Playing midfield a lot, would get a lot of goals, and was just clearly so much better than everyone else on the pitch.
Yeah.
Even though, it's ridiculous, but yeah, it's good.
From what I've heard and the highlights I've seen, it absolutely.
Yeah, and obviously football
incredible
was very
player.
different back then.
Won a
you know.
Ballon d'Or as well.
Football was very different back then in terms of non-British players being in a team, the way they trained and the
Yeah.
way they sort of prepared for matches and stuff. So he really kicked all of that off for Chelsea. So yeah, great pick.
Then back to you, Alex.
Only got 2 picks left: goalkeeper and left winger. Can't put Robin on the left, can I? Really? I've got Juan Mata written down, but I just don't want to put him out on the left. I don't want to put him in that position. Help me out, boys. Help me out.
What, for a winger? I mean, I need a winger. And I've got two names that I'm not comfortable, not great, feeling great about, but I'm going to have to pick one.
I mean, I can't play any of my midfielders out there. I suppose.
This is why I tactically picked my
Yeah.
I mean, over the years, wingers is probably the one position where you could argue that, you know, compared to how many great centre mids or centre backs or forwards we've had, wingers haven't always been our sort of forte. We've had lots of defensive wingers or wingers that sort of tuck in.
So what positions do you still need?
I need a centre back and a left winger.
Okay.
Oh, you need a left winger as well?
Yeah, this is brilliant.
Okay. I mean...
Do you want a hand with a couple of wing options?
Throw some names out there.
So Willian is still out there.
Willian's there.
I couldn't stand Willian
Absolutely
at Chelsea.
No chance I'm picking Willian.
I knew that would be the case. Willian, Pedro. I really liked Pedro. I thought he was brilliant. And the scorer of one of my favourite Chelsea goals ever, that flick. I think it was in pre-season.
Against
my
Leipzig.
word. Yeah, what a goal that was. Yeah. Willian, Pedro. I don't think you can play Esteval on the left. No. Garnacho.
Oh, God.
Your options are
We're
great.
scraping the barrel here, aren't
Do you know what? I didn't think of Pedro. I got to go with Pedro. I always felt like I feel like Pedro would be so well suited to football now as well.
Yeah.
Teams are so technical. They want to play out from the back. I remember when Sarri came in and I thought Willian was all right, but Pedro just looked like he slotted in perfectly to that system. So, and he gives a good balance. He's got a good defensive work rate as well. So, yeah, Pedro on the left. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. Do you know you're going for Willian?
Definitely not going for Willian. I mean, as I say, forgetting any sort of old school wingers that someone in the comments is going to moan at me about, having only had 10 minutes to prepare for this, I'm going to go for Malouda.
It's a good choice.
He's not my favourite player in any shape or form, but, you know, solid left winger, will get some goals and assists.
Yeah.
Works well in a team context, did his defensive duties. And then centre-backs, again, the choices are good without being great, I think. So the final ones I've got listed are LeBeuf, Cahill, Ron Harris. Again, I didn't see him play.
I'm surprised Cahill's
William Gallas. I'm going to go for Cahill, and I think, again, like we were saying earlier, do you pick for their peak or do you pick for like their longevity? And I think over many years he was a very sort of good servant for the club.
Yeah.
Won everything. I think he won every trophy, didn't he, except for the Club World Cup maybe. So yeah, I think he's a pretty solid choice, and next to Rudiger, I'm quite comfortable with that centre-back partnership, although it's not as good as probably your partnerships.
I've only got one left. Goalkeeper.
So this will be your last pick, and then my last pick, and then we're done.
I'm going with Peter Bonetti.
Okay. Tell me a bit about him.
So he was a goalkeeper in the 70s, and if I'm not wrong, he was England's goalkeeper when we won the World Cup as well.
Gordon Banks?
No, Gordon Banks was the keeper.
He
was famously the reason that we exited the 1970.
Oh, brilliant!
Which was quite
so
unfair.
Everyone in the comments remember that, please.
He came in as like a last minute cover for Banks, who was injured, and then gave away sort of 2 bad goals.
Brilliant.
Which is what everyone remembers him for. But
it's like the Robert Sanchez of the 70s.
According to my dad, he's our greatest ever keeper, but you know, we'll have to see for ourselves.
No, I get the impression, like from what I've seen with Bonetti and like the amount of games he played for us.
Yeah.
I can't remember his nickname.
The Cat.
The Cat. Yeah. Like he dived. He's very elegant, I think, with the way he was able to stretch the balls.
And that was our most successful period pre-Roman and maybe comparable to the 90s, but you know, he was the man at that time. So
it's either that or Cudicini. So
yeah, I feel personal
like
favourite, but I think you made the right choice.
And then it's just down to me for my last pick, and I'm surprised
what do you need?
He hasn't been picked yet. I need a right back.
Aspie.
And I'm gonna take Aspie.
Yeah.
He's not been taken already. No.
It's a good pick. No, it's a good pick. It's a good pick.
It's a great pick.
No, I'm very happy with
I think this is where, you know, you compare right backs, Ivanovic, Azpilicueta, and Reece James, compared to, you know, the wing position where it's a little bit less deep. Like,
all three of those are quality options. Yeah, I mean, Reece,
different style of players. But all great.
Reece in his prime is probably would be my pick of the 3.
Yeah.
But Azpilicueta in terms of like longevity, and then Ivanovic as well. Just they're all brilliant options. That's why I hope to save the right back till
Ivanovic.
last.
Was a little bit of a heart over head for that one, because he was just a personal sort of favourite for me.
Some big goals.
Huge goals. He was always, always turned up.
My worry was that one of you would take Azpilicueta either at left back or centre back, and then I'd be left with like a Paulo Ferreira or Jose Bosingwa or someone like that. But yeah, so that's all of our teams. Are you happy with your team?
I'm happy. I feel like I've got a lot of stability, especially at the back. Alonso a bit vulnerable on that left side, but I got the cover in the midfield. Lots of legs. Wise can get me some goals. Fabregas to create. Robben, he has his moments, but again, you've got players like Costa as well who can rough up the other team. So I'm happy with what I've got.
Yeah, really happy as well. I think my midfield is great. Obviously, Drogba and Palmer up front is good. Not that happy with Malouda, but limited options until someone reminds me who the big omission I've had. And then the back four is really strong, I think. So yeah, I don't see my team being.
Can you give us a final read of your team?
Sorry, yes. So Courtois in goal, Ivanovic, Cahill, Rudiger, Ashley Cole, Makelele obviously in the Makelele role, Lampard and Ballack, Cole Palmer on the right, Drogba up front, and Malouda off the left.
Alex, give us yours.
Got Peter Bonetti in goal, Reece James right back, Marcus Alonso left back, Terry and Thiago Silva in the middle. Very, very happy with those. Caicedo in the midfield alongside Fabregas and Dennis Wise. Pedro on the left, Costa in the middle, and then Ian Robben on the right.
Okay, and my team to end is Petr Cech in goal, Azpilicueta at right back, centre-back partnership of Desai and Carvalho, Marco Correa at left back, Kante and Essien in midfield, joined by Ruud Gullit, Hazard on the left, Zola up front, and Joe Cole on the right-hand side. That is, unfortunately, all we've got time for on this week's episode of Chelsea Exposed. Please do let us know in the comments who you think has got the strongest team. I think it's mine, but you might disagree. You might think it's Alex's or Sheeno's. So please do let us know. Let us know who you think we missed, if Sheeno could have gone for a left winger better than his, or if Alex could have had a left back better than Marcus Alonso. Please do let us know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be back next week where we'll be looking ahead to a massive clash in the Champions League against Barcelona at Stamford Bridge.